Alrighty. Oh my god, that was so hard to do. Going live is so hard nowadays, guys. You guys have no idea. My interwebs was acting up, um, and it was not cool. It was not cool. Not cool. Simply not cool. Anyways, um, today we're gonna get started answering questions with tarot cards. So this is pretty much a one card pull tarot card reading for each person that shows up. And as people will start popping up, they will start bringing down their questions, and we'll pull a card, and we will answer based on their questions. Hi Mia, how's it going? How Maya, Mia? Thanks for coming in. And people are starting to pop up, and it's going pretty quick already. Look at there, Mia, cool, Mia, love it. Of course. Do you have a specific niche of a question that you're looking for, or you know, just a quick card on what you need to know? Just curious, what pops up? All right, let's get a card for Mia. Mojuba. Those are my magic words. Mia is looking for a message. What do we have for Mia? What does Mia needs to know right now? King of Cups. King of Cups. All right, Mia, we got King of Cups on reverse. King of Cups is usually the guy who can be emotionally manipulating, or this may be somebody also who does not have the emotional stability. This can also be someone who is emotionally unavailable. So I don't know if that may be you or maybe someone around you. Okay. So since you're the one asking for some sort of guidance, we're just gonna go through the card and assume that maybe you're going through a King of Cups period, right? Or someone around you. Yeah. Okay. So if you do have someone around there, make sure. Let's say like it's someone who is always trying to twist a situation, or someone who does not necessarily listen to what you have to say, someone who does not care. Do you think it will be a good idea to stay around them, or do you think it's better just to step away from them? And also here, you run away. Yeah, that's right. I would totally run away too. Just try to not be completely giving away everything that you have, not giving away, I say, not also like material possessions, but also your time and your energy, um, those kind of things. Like time and energy is actually more valuable than money, and not a whole lot of people know that. you know you got to give it to someone who actually cares, because if they don't care, then you have no business with them. Okay? Do you have any questions about it? Anything you want to ask? Just agreed, or you just agreeing? All right. And we got Yolanda. Yolanda, how's it going, Yolanda? Mia, how do you kick him out of your energy? Number one, you just said it yourself. You run. If they try to start shit with you, some people just enjoy the drama. Some people enjoy the drama, and that's kind of sad, but it does happens. So you don't necessarily, as I said, gotta give your time away. You don't necessarily gotta give them your energy. If you feel like you're drained after speaking to somebody, they are most likely pulling your energy out of you. Um, so it's almost like, just imagine being comfortable with yourself. Just be comfortable with yourself, to the point that when you are okay with your own emotions, when you are emotionally set, you don't necessarily go after looking for others. And then if people try to come over and they try to break your boundaries, then you have the choice to react the way you want to react, and you have the choice to say no. I don't want to hang out with you. You don't necessarily gotta be mean and tell them exactly why you don't want to hang out with them, but you just avoid them. If it's someone that you have on Facebook that is constantly posting, crap, and you don't want to see their stuff, you just either unfollow or you can silence them. And that's how you do it in real life. They will forget about you eventually. And I'll tell you, it does work. I have recently done that because I had someone just popping up on my feed with all sorts of crazy stuff. And I was like, well, I don't really like, looking at your stuff because it kind of sucks. And then this person would actually come over to me and try to chat, try to get together and whatnot. At the moment, I decided to hit unfollow, you know, um, literally 15 days later, it's like they never existed. And it's doing a really good job. Hi, Veronique. How's it going? Hi, Danielle. How's it going? All right, let me get Yolanda's question. Now, Yolanda is asking, should I end things with a? Should Yolanda end things with a? Ace of Pentacles. So Yolanda, we got Ace of Pentacles on reverse. So if you feel like this relationship, this situation with you is not really bringing you anything whatsoever, if you're missing new opportunities because of this person, if, as I said, they don't give you any value, you have the complete, you gotta, like, you have your own justification to not want to be with this person anymore, right? They don't check up on you. They don't give you a call. They don't do anything, right? If you're constantly having to go after them, where does that leave you? Okay? So ask yourself that question. If you have someone who you are constantly going after and they never, pay back somehow, as I said, with their time and attention, then it's most likely not for you. So I'm not gonna tell you what you should do. You all need to figure it out on your own. You gotta make that assessment, and you make that decision. Okay. Danielle, I'm doing well. Today it took me quite a bit to get online and get started. It was, oh my God. So I decided to, go process my older videos and whatnot. But so far, so good. Veronique is saying, good, need to sleep, but still awake. Card for the night. Good luck to all. All right, let's see. Danielle, let's see what Danielle got. Will my son ever show independence? Danielle is asking if her son will ever show independence. The Hermit. Danielle, I don't know if this is exactly what you're looking for. It shows this is the hermit card. Okay, the hermit card is introspection, it's self isolation. On reverse, it goes into a deeper like level, a deeper meaning, where someone who is constantly isolating themselves, but into a toxic way, into a toxic manner. So, um, if someone is picking up the hermit card, we should ask ourselves, is this person actually taking care of themselves? No, so look at those little signs. Are they taking care of themselves properly? Are they hanging out with the right people? Are they watching actually good content that are good influences over their mental health? um, are they actually getting out of the house and doing any sorts of activities? Ask yourself those questions. If your son is not doing any of those things, and if you want to help him, of course, just try to get him out. Try to show him other things that, I don't know, you guys can do together, or you can point him in certain way. You can drop small seeds, and hopefully he will pick up on it. Does that make sense? It does. Cool. I'm glad it helped somehow. Cause yeah, if they are, it really depends. He's very very shy. He does isolate. He's very shy in public. He has a handful of friends that he bothers with. Okay, yeah. So if he's a very shy kind of person, well, either you gotta show him how to go out and how to be more outgoing. Um, it depends of also what their age is, right? But sometimes we gotta show them the way. People want to be seen and heard sometimes. Alrighty. We got Crystal C. Thank you for following. Crystal C. Thanks for sharing. Also, Foxy, thank you for following. Is there anyone on? It looks like my counter is almost down to zero. Got Julie Nino as well. Crystal C is asking, is Charles faithful to me? Crystal, don't make me the home wrecker, please and thank you. This card is a justice on reverse. So it calls for illegal stuff, unlawful things, unbalanced situations. If you had the suspicions that it has been going on, as I said, you might want to make sure you have all the receipts. Okay. You might want to check all of the receipts before you do anything about it. But it does not look good. But don't be, starting stuff. Have all the receipts before you start stuff. For the love of God. You didn't? Okay. Yeah. Make sure you, if that's the case, if you're having the suspicions, you gotta get all the receipts. But as my mama used to say, if you don't deserve it, and if you need to hear about it, you're surely gonna hear about it. Don't you worry. You didn't before reading, and then it got in your head. Okay, so I will tell you this as a tarot reader: don't get yourself into the rabbit hole. Okay, just because a random tarot reader told you that your husband is cheating on you, And then you put that on your head, and then you're gonna obsess about it, and then you're gonna ask another tarot reader. That's not a good thing. Okay. I am giving the answer based on your question and based what the card showed me. But it does not mean it's 100% truth. You gotta match the reality with what the card is telling you. Does that make sense? Had I known you were told that by another tarot reader, I would have taken a completely different approach. So be responsible of your actions. Don't do anything that you're gonna regret later. But if you got the suspicion, then you gotta get the receipts before you do anything. Lila, thank you for following. All right, let me get Veronique. Are you still watching? Yep. Okay. All right, let's get a card for Veronique so she needs to think about and have some good sleep. All right, Veronique, 2 cards for you. All right. We got Judgment on reverse and we got the Magician on reverse. They both jumped out at the same time. So the Magician on reverse is someone who can be using their skills for all the wrong reasons. And Judgment is also, when I think you probably heard that before, when the universe is showing you something and they're telling you something, but you just make a blind eye to the person or to the situation. So I don't know if this exactly may be you or it may be someone else around you. If you see some sort of manipulative behavior that you have constantly like told yourself, yeah, this person is kind of sketchy, you're most likely right. Okay. Because they're using the all of the all of the good skills for bad things. And also in this case, if that is it within you, I would also say that try to use your time, try to be wise of your time, how you use your time. um how do you manifest new things? Okay, so keep on manifesting good things for yourself, don't manifest bad stuff. And if you have somebody who's constantly showing you like, yeah, I don't think I should be hanging out with you, then you're most likely right about it. You're very welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you sleep well. Okay, don't get too tired. I'm showing up. I guess it's not that late tonight, but still. The TikTok crowd, it gets pretty crazy after midnight over here. So, all right, let's see what we got on TikTok. Who's still here? Jessica Flores is on the top of the leaderboard. Is it 340 down there? Ugh. Girl, you gotta sleep. Dini, Amari, thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate it. All right, let me get this going here. Amari, Amari is just on top right now. So Amari is on top. So where's Amari's? Can you kind of energy check me on Chloe and Amari? Have a good night, Veronique. Thank you for coming over. Death. Amari, are you still with this person or are you guys separated? What is going on your situation? It's a friend. Did you guys had a hard time? We fell out, but you still kind of talk. Okay. Okay, so the death card does not necessarily mean death. It means that something is done. You're ending a chapter just so you can start a new one. So let's say you had a fell out with this friend and you got some sort of misunderstanding, or and now you just kind of talk. What do you think that you should do in order to have a better relationship with that person? um if you had a fallout, should you make sure that you kind of erase the past, just so you guys can have a better relationship? I don't know who did wrong to whoever, um but ask yourself, how can I close this chapter so we can start a brand new one? Is this chapter, I did her wrong, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, if you did it wrong, then you gotta accept that you messed it up, right? And you gotta apologize if you messed it up, and you gotta come clean. And you also gotta understand that you gotta let them heal from the situation for as long as they need to, right? But make sure you're letting them heal from the situation. Let them heal from the situation so you guys can move on. Sounds good. Thank you. All right. The second one on the leaderboard is Lila. Lila is asking, is a love true? Is a love is true? Let's see. Is it does A have true feelings about me? All right, let's see for Lila. Does A have oh, not quite. Does A have true feelings for Lila? Okay, Page of Cups on reverse. So, Lila, Page of Cups on reverse. I wouldn't see that as a very good thing right now, but you gotta check within your own situation. You gotta match with your own situation. The Page of Cups can be someone a little bit moody. It can be someone a little bit childish. It can be someone who does not really understand how to get to talk to you. So if it matches, right? If it matches, ask yourself, how is this person? How does this person show up to you at this very moment? Do they check up on you? Do they actually treat you properly? Do they treat you well? Do they give you the time and attention? What is your situation? When you're around them, do they make you feel like you're actually matter? If you're looking for just a quick yes or no question answer, that would have been a no. But don't take completely my word for it. Um, Make sure that you match the situation. You do your own observation. Don't be, oh my God, the tarot reader told me this. This person does not like me. And then when it comes to the situation, and it's completely not true. So um, you got to match up to your situation. Sometimes it resonates, sometimes it does not. But being a Page of Cups on reverse, it looks like something that's really new, not completely mature. But again, take it as it resonates. We got, see, is you're welcome. Deanie, are you still there, Deanie? Hello. Okay. So we got, who else is on YouTube? Who else is on YouTube at the moment? So Nivedita, Alicia, okay. We got Mary and Alicia and Samana. All right, cool. Let's see. Let me get this one question here on YouTube. Looks like there's only one person watching. Like number 3, what's Vibanshu Golia thoughts about Nivedita? Okay. Let's see what we got. What is Vibanshu Golia thoughts about Nivedita? Ace of Pentacles on reverse. Nivedita, this don't look very good, okay? It looks like a missed opportunity. This looks like a missed opportunity. I don't know if it's between you and them, if it's just them, but it's regret, a missed opportunity. That's what it looks like. Or they miss an opportunity to do something. All right, we got Mary at the top. Mary is asking, hello, will my financial situation get any better soon? Nivedita, who missed the opportunity? I don't know. It's between the both of you, remember? So there are opportunities that have been missed. You guys know your own lives better than I do. I don't read minds. Or make sure you're not losing any opportunities. You're very welcome. All right. Mary is asking if her financial situation is getting any better soon. There you got 2 cards, Mary. Okay. Unreceptive. Okay, Mary, you got also the Page of Cups in reverse. And you also got the Judgment. Judgment card is, you're going to probably find out very soon. Have you been refusing either communication from others, or have you refusing friendships? Have you been refusing relationships in general? I don't say just necessarily in love, just because we're having a question about money and work, let's say. Ask yourself, if you have been refusing those things, just remember, manifestations happens by meeting with other people. Manifestation happens by, passing out the word, things that we speak to ourselves and things that we speak to others. So let's say you are inside your house 24/7. You don't get to go out and meet anybody, right? So if you do that, things will not really start rolling. That wheel of fortune of yours will not start rolling. So that's what you need to do right now in order to start getting a better financial situation. Work on relationships. Work on them relationships and see if there's somebody who likes to make money. Get ideas from them. Sounds good? We got Alicia. Alicia is asking, will I meet my person this year? Will I meet this person this year? All right. Let me do a quick shuffle here. All right, quick shuffle, and then Alicia is asking if she's meeting someone important this year. We got the devil. Obsession. Alicia, are you obsessed in meeting somebody new? Alicia, tell me. I have a feeling that this guy always comes to my job and nervous to say something. Okay. So, number one, we got the devil, and number two, we got the Knight of Swords on reverse. So, the devil talks about obsessions. This may be repetitive thoughts. This can be vices. This can be anything that is really not good for you and makes you feel like you are tied up to something or somebody, tied up to a person, tied up to a bad habit, I would say. And the Knight of Swords on reverse is the guy who comes in swinging, and he is evil. He's an evil person. So ask yourself. I'm not gonna say that this person that you just mentioned is evil or anything. If they don't come over, they don't come out to actually talk and say something to you, then guess what? You shouldn't be really worried about them because it's most likely not for you. Um, and also don't obsess. Don't be obsessing about things here. Do not be obsessed to a situation. Do not be obsessed into meeting someone new. Just remember, nice things are made spontaneously. It's someone who you actually come over and you can have a 3-hour conversation without feeling completely drained. So if you get to the point where you go out and you meet someone, um, and you start having conversations that do not drain you, that may be a very good signal. And also, don't be cruel to yourself. I don't know what you tell yourself. I don't know how you look in the mirror nowadays, but this is somebody here. As I said, they come swinging, and they don't necessarily need to be other people, but they can also be us, ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, how we think about ourselves, how we treat ourselves, okay? And how cloudy our mind can get. If you look at this guy over here, look at him. He comes in swinging. You don't want to do that to yourself, okay? Do not be toxic to yourself. You're very welcome. All right, Lawrence Starr. Lawrence Starr, how's it going? Thank you for following. Tick, are you still there? Tick is now following. All right. Tick is asking, is Taylor romantically seeing another woman? Oh boy. Okay. That's sideways. All right. This one is sideways. Oh God. Everybody's sideways. Okay. You should be trusting your intuition. Tick. You should be trusting your intuition. Just like I told the other person earlier. Um, don't did you get how did you get to that conclusion? Like how why are you asking yourself if that person is romantically with another person? Are you trying to move on? What are you trying to do? I'm not trying to move on. I just have an uneasy feeling. Is that an uneasy feeling? Did they do something that made you become uneasy about the relationship or the situation between the both of you? She recently went to a Vegas trip that was never mentioned to. Okay. Well, I wouldn't jump to conclusions. Yeah, Vegas is Vegas. What is done in Vegas will stay in Vegas. Right? But if you only have assumptions, if you are with this person and you only have assumptions, now I ask you, is that something healthy for yourself and to the other person? Is it fair? No, it's not unhealthy. It's very toxic. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. It's unhealthy. It is very toxic. Yeah, it's very toxic. So, like, I can't really tell you if they're really seeing another woman because that would be like 100% not okay. But you should trust your intuition about the person. Trust your intuition, and you should take our own conclusions. You also got justice on reverse and temperance on reverse. So this calls for maybe a lack of patience um, about something wrong that may have happened. Before you start doing, before you start calling them out, oh no, you will have to investigate. I wouldn't like necessarily actively investigate. Just let them speak out. That's how you catch them. Just let them speak out. Eventually, it will show up. Because somebody who lies, unless they 100% believe in their own lies, and they're a pathological liar, you will catch up on all sorts of different patterns on their narrative. And if you don't deserve it, it's going to show up. Sumana is asking, will Mehul and me get back together? Well, now he denies the possibility. Sumana. Girl, if the man already told you it ain't happening, girl, what am I gonna do with you? Yeah, I don't think it's happening either. There's no more willpower. That's what the strength is about. There's no more willpower in this situation. He says those things and comes to sleep with me, but that's why I'm confused. Well, Okay, can I tell you exactly what that is? I will tell you exactly what that is. If you allow me to. Yeah. He just wants to have a good time. He just want to have a good time with you. If he comes over just to sleep, either he needs shelter or either he needs some. And if you give out, guess what? He's gonna come back. If he told you it's not happening again as a relationship, guess what? He just wants some. Point blank. Any questions about that? Yes, no, maybe. Hello, Fedia Atwini. Hello, Lauren. How's it going, Lauren? We did it for 4 years. He kept calling me after a breakup, but when I asked him, what are we? He said this. Yeah, then he just wants some JJ. He just wants some JJ. And if you keep giving JJ, that's what? You're going to keep coming back because it's convenient. It's really convenient. He just does not want to, compromise anything. He does not like you like that. He just wants some JJ. That's coming from a man. Should you send him the goodbye message? Girl, you gotta do your own stuff, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna all right, I'm gonna formulate the whole question just so you can get it. Like I'm gonna formulate the whole thing. Okay. So you've been for 4 years with a person. You have 4 years with them. And then you guys split up. And then he comes back. And then you guys, have a good time. Good time. Good time. You know what I'm talking about. Since TikTok is PG, I can't say all the words. You're having a good time. And then that's the only time he shows up just to have a good time. Do you think this person actually respects you? Do you really think that this person will be with you on the long term? Do you think that at the moment you start saying no, they will start taking into consideration your feelings about them? If you don't need this person at all, if you pay your own bills, if you do your own stuff, if you have your own apartment, your own house, that's just a dusty. You shouldn't be hanging out with a dusty. If you just want them just to have a good time, that's cool. You do you, boo boo. But you cannot wait for love on somebody who you spent 4 years with, and then you know they clearly tell you on your face that it is not happening, and then still expect love out of them because it ain't happening, right? Does a man who just wants JJ from you, do they deserve any respect? You know, you can cut him off whichever way you want. But does a man who only comes over to you for JJ, do they really deserve any respect from you? I did the mistake of staying in contact with him. Now I'm conflicted how he will ever regret. It don't matter how he will ever regret. If he only comes you for sex, then that's all it is. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't care about him. You should care about yourself. You shouldn't be looking to give validation to a man. You should not be looking into giving validation to a man, especially if he only comes back to you to have some good time. You know, that there are many different ways to self-pleasure nowadays. So if that's all it is, you just cut him off. Cut him off. Block him. If he does not respect you the way you need him to respect you, you block his ass. Block his ass. Block his ass. You don't need him for anything, you block his ass. All right, let me get a card for Lauren. Lauren is asking for a card for love. What do we have for love? The moon. Lauren, we got the moon for you, Lauren. This is the card of fears, the card of secrets, intuition. Have you been ignoring things? Have you solved all of your fears so you actually know who you are? If that's what you've been, if you've been looking for love to actually know how to respect yourself, can you be decisive on who is your kind of person for you? Are you making sure that you have your conscious and subconscious in place? Do you take care of yourself properly? That's the card for you. Jeff, thank you so much for the gifts, Jeff. You're so awesome. Oh my God. Thank you. See? Little hearts for you, Jeff. Did you like that? Thank you so much for the gifts, Jeff. You're so awesome. You're welcome, Lauren. Jacqueline Walker. Can I please have a card, please? Cool. All right, let's get a card for Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Hi, Felicity. How's it going? All right. What kind of guidance do we need for Jacqueline Walker? Jacqueline, look at there. You got the Knight of Cups. This indicates maybe it's you, or this indicates someone is coming your way. Ouch. My leg. I just got cramps. Oh my gosh. It hurts. Sorry. Knight of Cups. Someone is most likely coming with you, coming towards you with a offer. There can be a love offer. That can be a new friendship. That can be anything of sorts into relationships. I would call that like most likely a very romantic one. Just because it's a Knight of Cups. Anyways, this is the time where you start being a little more romantic. How you take care of yourself. How do you understand your feelings? What else would you like to know about this card, Jacqueline? No. All right. I'm gonna move on. Melanie V is asking Jacqueline, does Sunday truly love me? If we compare to the Knight of Cups, Jacqueline, that would be a yes. That would be a yes. That was your card. That's a yes. Melanie V is asking, does Can love me? You're welcome. Does Can love me? Melanie V, if we're looking on a gamble of yes or no, 50% chance of a no, right? On reverse. The Hierophant on reverse also indicates a lack of structure or a sign of rebellion. Ask yourself why you're asking that question. Okay. Um, are you guys married at the moment, Melanie? Are you guys together somehow? Or is that just a crush? You are just dating. Okay. But why do you ask if he actually loves you? I don't wanna necessarily just give you a yes or no. I wanna make you think and then you can make your own assessment. Okay. Why do you think you're asking that question? Jess, thank you for following. He loves me more. Thank you for following. You broke up and got back together. Okay. So Melanie, if you are asking if somebody actually loves you, and then let's say we were on an actual reading, and if you ask if this person loves you, and then we simply pull a single card, that's a Hierophant. You have been with this person before, you broke up, and then you got together, you got the reconciliation, right? The Hierophant on reverse can indicate a lack of foundation. Just imagine anything. The Hierophant can be a religion structure, that can be a marriage, that can be a corporate job. Just imagine anything that is very well structured. There is a structure. Um, Ask yourself, do you guys have the actual structure for your relationship? Do you guys you know actually act upon and take care of each other like a normal couple would do? You need to start checking on all of those things. If you're not feeling like you're having you know that fix that is supposed to happen when you love somebody and when you're with somebody, then you got to ask yourself if it's time to let go of that person or not. I cannot tell you if they actually love you or not, because that would be completely unrealistic and unfair to you, because I don't live with you. I don't know your situation. I don't know your story. I don't know your history. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, you're here to get some sort of guidance, just so you can think about the situation and then you can make a decision upon it. Does that make sense? Does anything I told you make sense to you right now? Okay, so look that up. I'm not gonna completely tell you if this person loves you or not. This is someone that is in your life, not in my life. So you make that assessment, you check within yourself, in your heart. If it does make you feel good, then it's for you. If it does not, then it's not for you. Okay? I hope it helps. He loves me is asking do you free yes or no questions? Yeah, I can do free yes or no questions. Just understand that you got a 50% chance that it's gonna be a no, and you make sure that you you are ready to be, say here that the answer is no. So, but yeah, I can do one card. One card. You have a question, I can answer with the meaning of the card, or if you just want a yes or no, I can give you a yes or no. Jewel, does Kevin miss me? And yes, I understand if it's a no. Okay. Because a lot of times people just ask me, this is literally gambling. People, this is literally gambling. If you're not ready to hear it, then you shouldn't gamble, right? Felicity is also asking, will Percy and I get into a romantic relationship? All right, Felicity, let me just get Jewel and then I'll get to you right after, okay? Thank you for updating your question. All right, Jewel, does Kevin miss me? Does Kevin miss? Ugh. There will be a no, Jewel. That will be a no. And you got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a guy who is very harsh, very cruel. Okay. There you go. That's your yes or no, baby. That's your yes or no. You're very welcome. Felicity is asking, will Percy and I get into a romantic relationship? Strength always bears. Felicity, we got the strength on reverse. On a quick yes or no, that would have been a no. That is like fear, lack of willpower, not doing anything about it, not having the beauty and the beast actually, you know, controlled within the situation. But as I usually say, this is not definitive. This is not the future. This is just an observation to your question. Ask yourself, what do you guys have fear with? If you are together with this person, um, you know, or if you're just friends, ask yourself, are you afraid of asking, or are you afraid of showing them your feelings? Is it something that it's manageable? What do I mean about manageable? Is like, do you guys actually spend time together to actually ask that kind of question, right? So if you don't, if the answer is don't, you haven't spent a whole lot of time together, then this is most likely why. What is your situation? You're welcome. Heidi is asking, does Louise have feelings for me? Does Louise have feelings for Heidi? Heidi, there may be a possibility, yes, but this card that I just got out is a Five of Cups. That's usually a bad card. That's a card of regret. That is a card of grief. So this person may still be going through something at the moment. Okay. He's just looking at those spill cups, but he does not have any idea of what's behind him. You're going through it too, and that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, so there's grief, there is regret or something. It's looking back to the past, but there's something there. There's two little cups right behind you. You're not looking at them, not giving attention. All right, all right. You got divorced last year. Yeah, you gotta heal that situation. You make sure you're completely out of it, completely single and ready to move on. Like, independent, have your own money, your own house, and nothing will interfere with a new relationship. Does that make sense? Because I am gonna tell you, it does. It does. If you don't have all of your ducks in a row, completely single, completely figured out, it will interfere with your present stuff. All right. It seems I think I'm impatient, but yeah, he's struggling financially too. Makes sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. And please don't, if you like, you can always follow me. And then whenever I come live, you can ask questions. Okay. I'm gonna go take a break now. Because I still have to process a couple videos. Otherwise, I'm not gonna meet my quota for the month. Because I gotta program my videos for the rest of this month and next month. All right. With that said, I want to thank you guys for whoever's still watching. I'm just gonna take a break right now. It is now 9:26, so I should be coming back by midnight. Um, so that will be 2 hours and a half from now. Was deal. Actually, apparently, I think my midnight crowd is the one who's always jumping in. So, all right, thank you guys for watching. I will see you later. Bye bye.